COP30 climate summit is set to begin on 10th November at Belém in Brazil. But ahead of the main event, global leaders have gathered for a high-stakes pre-summit to shape the next phase of climate action. With rising emissions, indigenous protests and missing major polluters, pressure is mounting. DD India's Shobhit Chandola reports.
A UN report released ahead of COP30 warns global emissions remain dangerously high, with the planet on track for up to 2.5 degrees Celsius of warming, well above the Paris target. The warning set a serious tone as world leaders gathered in Belém for the Climate Action Summit hosted by President Lula da Silva. Held in the heart of the Amazon, Friday's pre-summit opened with calls for stronger climate finance and indigenous inclusion, laying the groundwork for COP30's formal start on November 10. France pledged $500 million to Brazil's Tropical Forests Forever facility, a fund aimed at protecting endangered forests. The announcement was made during the pre-summit by President Emmanuel Macron.
Beyond political support, France will provide additional financial support beyond what we began with President Lula da Silva. France will now provide an additional 500 million euros by 2030, which can be contributed to the Territorial Forest Foundation.
Leaders from small island nations like Barbados and Suriname demanded urgent global action. They spoke on behalf of countries severely impacted by Hurricane Melissa, including Jamaica, Cuba, and Haiti. During the pre-summit, Britain's Prince William urged leaders to act decisively and not miss the opportunity to address global environmental challenges.
Where we unite behind shared purpose, we can scale and accelerate solutions that transcend borders. Solutions that give us hope and fill us with optimism for the future.
While discussions inside the venue progressed, the scene outside told a different story. Indigenous groups staged ritual protests, calling for stronger representation and protection of their ancestral lands. A Greenpeace representative said that the Paris Agreement, signed 10 years ago, has failed to deliver. The group urged leaders to accelerate emission cuts in key sectors like energy, agriculture, and land use, warning that without action, COP30 risks falling short.
We have to accelerate on climate change action, and for this we need the political leaders to agree on a global response plan to ensure we can accelerate emissions reduction in key sectors like energy use, agriculture, forest use, and land use. If we don't have this, this COP will be a failure at the end and will be a deception at the end.
Brazil, the host nation, plans to propose a new UN-linked council to monitor climate pledges. Despite ongoing challenges, global warming projections have slightly improved from a decade ago, offering a glimmer of hope for meaningful progress. Bureau Report, DD India.